by
I had a quick question for both of y'all, and it's in regards to if you're in a relationship, would you guys, either of you, would be able to date a woman who was like a prominent a prominent internet person, like an Instagram model, or maybe like a person or female who had an OnlyFans? Like, would you able to date that woman? But then also, like, would you be able to, is that your type of personality or like how you are in a relationship, to be like included in all that? So like she's like, oh babe, I'm gonna go have this energy drink, whatever, can you be in the picture with me? That kind of shit. But you're not getting anything for it. Not really for the point of like getting any kind of money for it, but would you be involved in her life that way? Or could you be? Oh man, I know it's good. You guys are both touching their beers and like, oh man, what is this?
I'd like to think I can handle that. Up until
the second photo, you're like,
we're only OnlyFans, up until the OnlyFans. Because then we have to have a talk about what are you doing on your OnlyFans? Like, what are we doing that? And even then, there's a limit to what I'm willing to put up with. We're in a new world that we live in. DMs. To each his own. Everybody's independent. Do what you got to do. If I can tolerate the bullshit that you're doing, all right. Everybody has limits. Everybody has limits. You know, where you're at, I would probably be able to put up with more so than the average person as far as that scenario goes. Other factors in those equations, you know, mine may come to an end where somebody else's, you know, keeps going up on what they're willing to, you know, like whatever. Me, there's limits. I kind of don't have a problem with it. You know.
Okay.
You?
No, well, Will can go first. Well, I mean, I did pose the question to both of you, so.
I'm similar to Paul, where I would have a limit, but at the same time, I kind of would be okay with it. I mean, and the limit is like, all right, she's just posting whatever. Maybe she's posting nudes on Fans Only, whatever. Where my limit would be reached is, okay, the DMs. You know, what type of engagement is she doing back and forth with them DMs? But if it's like a situation where she just disabled DMs and she's just straight up posting stuff, totally fine.
Okay, no doubt.
Or she's not meeting up with people from the DMs or something like that, you know.
So that's one of the variables I'm talking about. There's so many things. The type of person that she is she going to do that? If she doesn't, can you still, like? There's so many things in that equation. It's hard to give a yes or no answer without having
all those factors in.
The factors laid out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as just like a broad stroke question, again, I kind of follow suit with you guys as far as like it really depends. There has to be limits. Like, you know, is like you said, is it just posting pictures? Is it like interaction? Is it like one of those things where like she has to like, or like a dude can pay or a female can pay for certain things and then she has to do that certain thing on camera? Like, or it doesn't have to be necessarily like a sexual act, but like, I want you to stand in front of this picture and do this, whatever. Is it like that level? And again, even with, there's like levels with that, you know? So, but for the most part, I'm gonna say it, to a limit, I can deal with it, but I don't really see myself like after that, like dealing with that, because I feel like there's just too much involved.
The only thing I could say for a fact is these two options. If you guys as a couple weren't dealing with it before you guys got together and to be a couple, then that's something to weigh out. Like, all right, that could be, all right, where are we at, blah, 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 blah. If you jumped into the relationship and she was doing all these other things, that's on you, bro. That's on you.
Yeah, that's tough.
You have to, if you're going into a relationship and she goes, oh, well, you know, just so you know, before we start getting serious or whatever, I work porn. All right, you have to now put that into the equation. That's before you guys went in. If you're the dude who goes, oh man, that's hot, let's do it. Like, I'm with it. You know, but you're always gonna come home to me, right? Absolutely, you're my boo. That's just what I do for work. And you agree to that. and you go into that relationship, you cannot be this piece of shit dude that's controlling and all this. Like, you know what the situation is going in.
Yeah. But women are good with that stuff. You probably get deaded before it even gets to like to that level, because like usually that shit comes out quick if you're like that type of dude, you know, especially in a situation like that. Because like the first times you see anything kind of crazy, like a little bit off than what she was saying, or maybe how she presented herself to be, as far as like dealing with a stripper or OnlyFans, whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, you be like, nah, you can't do that, baby. Like, she's like, no, what do you mean? This is what I do, you know?
See, I don't believe in
those.
I don't believe in that word, that sentence. Like, I'm not, who the fuck am I to be like, yo, you can't do that?
That's what I'm saying. They show themselves pretty quickly. I figured you would have to.
Like, I can't, you're a grown ass adult that's living your life. Let me live mine. And don't tell me what I can and can't do. Like, you in no way do anything for my life other than just take up some space around it. So don't tell me, well, you know, if you're gonna do that, then blah 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 blah. Like, that's, we already know where we stand on a relationship on that, because it's over.
No.
You have to be willing to accept the people for what they do. If you're going into it knowing what their shit is, all right, like, here, you know, not for nothing, if you're in a relationship with somebody and she's a heavier set chick, then you have to deal with the fact that you're with a fat chick. If you go in and she's supermodel, you know, size, and then she gets big over the relationship, you know, hey man, it's not what I came in with. That shouldn't make me, because it goes both ways though. I'm not trying to be a dickhead like that, but if you're a chick and, you know, you're into fit people and your boyfriend was a fit dude, and then all of a sudden he has this beer gut and all, it's like, you know, that's it's not what she walked into the relationship on. So right. It goes both ways. But that would be kind of my only answer to that, because again, until you lay out all the factors, I can't really answer it. But I do know that much, is if you're going into it knowing what the situation is, you can't be mad.
No doubt.
If that builds into the relationship when you're in it and now it becomes a factor, then it's now a factor. You have to deal with it. And, you know, sometimes that means, okay, I think let's give it a try. And then you're allowed that one or two times to be that super defensive dude about it, because you're trying to figure it out. You agree to it. All right, I'm going to give it a shot when it was there and you're already in a relationship and you're trying to make it work. So you try it. And then if you end up being this person, then you realize that's not you. But if you say, all right, let's give it a shot, maybe, you know, it could lead to, all right, end of the relationship. It could lead to, hey, if holy shit, I found a new kink. Let's do it. I'll videotape you while you do it, like whatever. And it all depends on the person.
I had to think about that one.
Something to think about. It's a good question.
So my thing goes back to the whole stupidity thing. So this week I compiled a list of stupid ways stupid people died. So I have a few of those.
There was a comedian back in the day, had a nice freaking this black dude, I forgot his name, and he had a thing about like people say stupid things, and he would have like the most amazing run of like great material in regards to that. But go ahead, well, my bad.
Sounds like a Carlin skit.
Oh man, it's that black guy. He was on
oh, it's not Carlin.
No, it's a black dude. I'll get his name, whatever. But he used to he had like a nice run in the early or mid 90s or something like that, where that was like his thing. And he was on every freaking show, like, and that was like his skit. He would his routine that he would do. It was very funny.
Gotcha.
My bad, Will. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all right. So please bear with me and just try to calm yourselves over this stupidity I'm about to go over. So a guy's bathing in a tub. Needs to charge his phone. So what he does is he takes the extension cord, rests it on his belly, plugs in his phone to charge. So he's in a bath, extension cord on his belly, charging his phone. they're not sure exactly what happened. Maybe he turned, he went down, but he got electrocuted to death.
Oh, I could tell you what happened. He's an idiot.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Exactly.
God, man. I can't totally excuse because like I've done some idiot shit too. I did some shit where I was like sitting on my bed ironing clothes, and I had the ironing board like right underneath, or I'm sorry, my knees are right underneath the ironing board. So the other article of clothing that I had to iron was like behind me. So as I turned to go get it, I rocked the ironing board. I get the clothes, and as I'm coming back, I see that the iron is about to fall. Now the iron is on and hot, but my natural reaction to go, oh, let me go catch this, you know. But then I went to go catch it, and then literally halfway through, it's like time froze. I was like, yo, what the fuck are you? You know, the odds of you actually catching this thing properly as it's falling the right way is
right
like
by the
very
handle,
very low, and you're still attempting to do it. And I did it, and I got nicked on one of my fingers, but it was a while ago. But it's like sometimes you just do shit. Like
that's actually a pretty good catch if all you got is a nick.
I honestly,
that's actually kudos on the catch. And
it was like the tip of the corner that got me. I think it was the scar went away by now, but like it was one of my hands.
So, did you ever see the picture of some dude that's fucking around with a cell phone, and he puts it right down next to his iron, and then the phone rings, and he grabs the iron and puts it to his face, and just throws it, and it's just, you could just tell immediately he fucked up. Yeah, so that was that one. But B, okay, are you really comparing an incident that probably happens every day with the ironing board to putting an extension cord on your stomach while you're in the bathtub?
Well, it counts as stupid. It's in that category. Like, why would I try to catch it? Why would I try to catch an iron? Why would you be in the tub full of water with an electrical object on you or in the tub with you?
Because one is technically a natural reaction. If it's falling, you will at least go ahead and try to make, like, you know, that's your reaction to it.
True that. But still,
I've never had a natural reaction in the tub to go, all right, let me plug this shit in. Where's a good place to put it? On my stomach. No. He's either a complete idiot or he's suicidal. Those are my only two options.
I don't know how you do that.
You are good. You did something that everybody does probably once a day in this world, is drop an iron that's off the ironing board, and off reaction, you try to catch it. Okay, that's fine. Is it the smartest thing in the world? No. Does it probably happen? Yes, that probably happens. I don't see people around the world just putting random extension cords on their stomach as a way to balance off while they're charging their phone. So, no, he doesn't get a pass. You get a pass. He doesn't get a pass.
Yeah, more
next one and this happened recently, 2018. So, two guys wanted to test the stabability of a vest. Now, I don't understand why they wouldn't have maybe put the vest on a dummy, on a mannequin, and tried to stab it. Secondly, I don't know why the person doing the stabbing wouldn't just at first try to stab the person in somewhere where it's non-lethal, like maybe top of the shoulder, somewhere. No. These two doofuses, one doofus decided to grab the knife and just plunge it into the guy's heart, only realizing that the vest didn't work and ended up killing the guy.
That goes back to your story, I believe it was last week, the couple that put a book to themselves and then try to fire it to see if the bullet was going to stop it. There's ways you can test it without actually having to put somebody's physical life on the line. You know, can this arrow go through an apple? I don't know. Will, put it on your head and go down there. I'm going to try to shoot it off and let's see what happens.
Right? I just don't get it.
Yeah, how could you not like?
Get it.
Yeah, no.
At this point, when I hear stories like that, it's gonna kind of sound bad, but I'm kind of like, good. Like, get rid of those people, man. Survival of the fittest time. Like, all right, if you're dumb enough to put a fucking fork through an outlet, if you're dumb enough to eat a Tide Pod, if you're dumb enough because of the challenge says to put alcohol on you in the shower and light it just to see what happens. If you're dumb enough to do all that, the president said put some Lysol in a syringe and shoot it. Go ahead and try it, man. Let me know how it goes. Oh, that he tried it? Okay, I know how it went. Never mind.
He didn't say anything afterwards? No?
Gone. Yep. Gone. Thank you for being that guinea pig. Thank you. Appreciate it. You did your duty as a human being. Good job. Go.
It gets worse. As a drawbridge was going up, some jabroni decided to not stop and wait for the drawbridge, whatever, the ship to go through and the drawbridge to come down. I guess, I don't know if he was in a rush, whatever. So the drawbridge is going up. Maybe he just saw Fast and Furious, who knows? He decided to gun it, and unfortunately did not make it across to the other side. What ended up happening was he, of course, dropped down in the water. The impact rendered him unconscious, and he drowned.
You guys ever been on a drawbridge?
Well, you asking?
I've been on one, but I've never been on one that actually like opens or goes up.
I've never had to wait when it was open or when it was I just driven right across it, but I've never been when it was like open.
I have.
Yeah.
That draw, that it goes almost completely vertical.
Yeah, that angle.
I'm hoping he at least had the idea when it was still at like a 45-degree angle. Like, I'm hoping he at least had that thought. Because that thing is, if you're parked on that bridge when it goes up, your car's coming down.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he had like 4-wheel drive and like afterburners and fucking nitrous and like.
I hope he had Spider-Man spider capabilities on the car. There's no. Bro, I'm telling you, Will, you're right. It had to be Fast and Furious. Like, it had to be something in his mind. Like, he must have had some crazy music playing that just had him amped up.
Or he had like the 80s toy, the animal car. Remember that the wheels of the claws would come out and you could be able to
Nice.
The animal.
Nice. I'm assuming somewhere along the lines he had in his head every movie that he ever saw that it takes this flying leap off of whatever platform you're on. But little do they know that it's usually, if you're not going fast enough, you'll just go up and go right over it. Like, you're not even going to get any air.
There's physics involved. You need to have momentum. You have to go more than 88 miles per hour. You have to
Flux capacitor.
You're literally tipping right over if you're not at a certain.
You're speed. Literally just.
It's just gonna go like
boom, boom, and you're going right over. So, whatever. People are idiots.
Last one is rather strange. In 2009, a man was fixing to rob a Sprint store. So he decided to not do the conventional way of wearing a mask and sticking the place up, and decided to spray paint his face instead. So as you can tell, he died of lethal inhalation of the spray paint.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a dumb thing of how he got caught, but the fact he actually died, or just he had blue face paint on. Like, you're gonna be found out. Like, he's gonna be found out. Like, what are you gonna do? You look like a Smurf. Like, you're gonna look like that for a while. Even if you might have died from like turpentine overdose, like trying to get it all out. But
that's why I thought the story was going. Like, he couldn't get it off and had to go to work Monday and realize that, like, his face was still blue, or whatever the color of the spray paint was.
Yeah, I'm just going blue because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be extremely hilarious.
Yeah. He died before he could even rob the place.
Just breathing in super heavy while he's just blasting his face with spray paint.
Damn.
Can't make this stuff up, man.
Seriously, I can't. We appreciate them for their
good old people, their contribution
exactly to the laugh
to society. So good job, guys. Keep eating your Tide Pods and doing all that other stuff. All right, that was awesome. Thank you, gentlemen, as always.
No doubt.
All right.
Anybody have anything going on? Anything anybody wants to talk about? Everybody good?
Everybody, I get the second shot this week coming up. See how I do with that. Exactly. And
I get mine on April 6th.
Yeah.
One.
Good for you guys.
I mean, it boggles my brain though how people, I don't know, still not taking it seriously. Like even though I'm getting the second shot, I'm still doing the same precautions. I recently had a worker, someone that works for me, reach out to me on the weekend, and I knew something was up because he never calls me on the weekend. So I was just like, something's up. And he called to tell me that he tested positive and his son tested positive, and this was a result of going to a family outing. And I was just like totally shocked because I'm like, wow, family outings are still happening. Like
I would think they're starting to make a little bit of a comeback because for the most part, what I'm understanding, I know there was a little bit of a spike recently, but for the most part, it was trending down a little bit. So I think the expectation, I think they even upgraded. It was like, yeah, you got family gatherings, but up to these many people and blah, 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 blah. Like they started to loosen up a little bit. So I'm expecting more of that, actually. I'm still following rules. I never haven't stopped not following rules. So
same here. Yep.
It all is what it is over here. You know, I kind of am getting to the point, even though I'm a shut-in, I like the option of being able to go out. And I kind of find myself wanting to go out, even if it's to do nothing. I can go drive to the mall or something like that, like, you know, something. Yeah. So I'm starting to get that little bit of an itch. But, you know, other than that, I've been following rules forever. So don't go kissing anybody's hand.
Seriously. I don't care. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
And so, unless we got anything else, I would like to say for Mr. William Landukes, I'm Paul. As always, descriptions will be where they're at. And yeah, appreciate the hanging out with us for letting us entertain you for a little bit. It's always appreciated. And you know, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that other good stuff. It's much appreciated. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
And that was actually on this morning too. That same, but
bye.